morning, everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a lovely day. It's really early here in the morning in Oregon. I'm just waking up. I just went outside and fed my feral cat Blackie and fed Booger. And I want to sit down and do a bit of a shorter react today, courtesy of Twitter and also of the channel Marley Hendricks, who just released a great video entitled, let me just get the title because it's a long title. Uh, the title is called Foodie Beauty Told Her Audience to Leave, and They Did. Here's why. I think it's a really great video, and I'm going to leave a link down below for Marley Hendricks's original video. And we're going to go over why Chantal's having such an issue with keeping an audience. I know I don't have to come here in front of all of you and explain the reasons why. Those of you that have been watching Chantal for quite a while, you know why. You know what the issues are. I know what the issues are. Let's see, what are some of the issues? Well, some of the issues include, but are not limited to, the fact that she is just doing lazy content. And she herself has confessed that, yes, it is lazy, easy content. And that's precisely why she likes doing it. She likes the fact that she can get on YouTube and eat a meal in front of a camera and record it and upload it, and it'll make money for her. It's just so super simple. She prefers it that way. So preferring to do the lazy, easy content over content that's actually good and it's quality versus quantity, the fact that she is not taking care of her health, but at the same time, she likes to monetize all of her health issues. She wants to bring them in front of an audience and complain about everything going on with herself, yet she has the money to take care of all of them or nearly all of them, and she doesn't. Another reason, well, over the course of time, Chantal, when she gets an attitude, when she's feeling in the right bad mood, she tells people to leave. How many times has she come in front of her audience and said to everybody, if you don't like my content, you can leave? Or she'll tell people straight up, you don't have to be here. I remember back during the Natter era, she would get in a bad mood a lot. Especially after partying with Natter on the white powder. And she would get what we call the Nattertude. She would definitely get the Nattertude. Then she would come home after being with Natter and then just rage at people, absolutely rage. And I remember so well all those nights that she would get that major Nattertude and sit there and block people, her own VIBs, because back in the day, Chantal didn't do open chat. She hated open chat. She hated the idea of doing chat for free, which is something the reaction channels do. And we do just fine. Back in the days when she would have VIB only chat, she would get mad at her own members and sit there and block people left and right and say, who wants to be blocked? Who wants to be blocked? And her little block finger would just be flying all over the stream. And I remember one night she blocked, I believe, 60, 70 people all in one shot. She also made a very interesting comment to her VIBs. She would say, I don't care if I lose people, I'll just get more. Basically telling the VIBs that they were not important, that she did not care about them. She was not concerned if they left. She wasn't stressed out if they left. She would just say, you're basically replaceable. And back in the Natter era, that was slightly partially true because she would lose people, true, but then she would get more signups as a result. So there was a heavy turnover there. People would leave, but then people would sign up. But that was then, and this is now. Things have changed a lot since that time. Whereas before, she used to get a lot of super chats. Chantal used to make hundreds of dollars a night in super chats. But over the course of time, those super chats have dried up a lot, which I'm like, yay, because it's about time people woke up to the fact that Chantal was getting those hate super chats and purposely making people angry just to try to prompt them to get angry enough to send money to say something to her. They've woken up to the fact that, hey, she's doing this on purpose, trying to get money out of me. Maybe I need to stop. So the super chats dried up. The views have gone down, and she still gives the attitude a little bit, but not as much. But she has been acting out, blaming the reaction channels. She did a video that I reacted to where she was saying, if there were no reaction channels around, booger. She's rubbing against my keyboard, booger. Booger, being a booger. She said if there were no reaction channels around, that she would make more money. She even said her words. She said that it would force people to watch her. Now, isn't that interesting, y'all? When a person is trying to force another person to watch them. What a great attitude, huh? Yeah, it's really great when somebody is trying to force you to do something against your will. Rather than make really great content that people want to watch, and by their own free will, they do watch. When they have a choice to go somewhere else, they watch you. But she's trying to force people to watch her. Is that what it's come down to now, Chantal? You're trying to force your will upon other people. You're trying to force them to watch you. I think we've had this conversation already, but I'm not the only one that's having it with you. Other people have said it too, that the people that you're trying to get to watch you, you're trying to force them to watch you, they don't like you. They will never like you. And trying to force them to watch you, it's not a good strategy. Because if the reactors are not around, they still wouldn't want you. So you're trying to, in essence, corner the market, but your tactics are not only not working, they're backfiring on you because it's just making you look more and more bad. There's a really bad feeling with you, but yet you still won't wake up to the fact that, maybe I need to do some quality content, some really good stuff. I'm not saying you have to go out and do chemicals. Nobody said you had to do that. There's a million ways to be entertaining on YouTube. You just have to find one that doesn't involve self-harm. But yet you keep going back to that for some reason. You keep catering to the feedy people. And for some reason, they're so important to you. Maybe because they're a good chunk of your income. But I'm not saying I would ever be you. But if that situation were happening with me, that would take me a moment and make me pause. And I would say to myself, man, look at me. I'm hurting myself for the sake of money. This is not a good plan. I need to stop. But you seem to think otherwise. There are a lot of people that might be wondering, like, will Chantal ever get on top of her problem? As long as Chantal is on YouTube, and this is just my opinion, as long as she's on YouTube, making money with the videos that she has and that she does, I don't think she's ever going to get on top of it. Because how can you fix a problem when at the same time you're monetizing a problem? If you're making money with it, you're never going to fix what's wrong. In order to fix it, she would have to stop monetizing it and glorifying it. And that's just something she's not willing to do. To realize it's just not a good idea to trade 100% of your health for just a handful of paychecks, and the paychecks aren't even that great. So yeah, she's been in a mood. She's been Miss Ragey person over there and not stopping. But she did dip her toe, or should I say her dirty sketcher, into the ASMR market for like a day. She did one video and now she's back to regular content. I guess because people were calling her out for doing the ASMR stuff, her audience was saying, we don't like it. And I could see why they didn't like it. The content sucked. So back to regularly scheduled programming, even though she shouldn't be doing the regularly scheduled programming. And I wanted to react to Marley's video. So for anyone who may not have been around at that time during the whole Natter era, the way she was behaving, I like to show you a snippet. And we're taking a bit of a cat break. I'm being cat bombed. Booger. Boogers all over me this morning because I was out all day yesterday riding on the bike. I put in like between 4 to 6 miles yesterday, so I wasn't at home as much. And she's used to me being home, and she's just like, Mother, I need my attention. It's a baby. It's a baby. Sorry, guys, before the reaction, but the baby needs her. Hi. Hi there. And she wants her attention. We'll get started in a second. Cat break. What you doing, baby? What is it? And she's happy. She's so happy. She's so happy. Rah, rah, rah. I gotta get started with this. What am I gonna do? You're in my arms and I can't touch anything. I love you. Yeah, I was gone all day, so she's been like all over me, getting her love. I gotta put you down. Sorry. I am so sorry. I'll make it up to you when the react is over, Booger. Okay, so you know what? Before we get into Marley's video, let's get into all the Twitter stuff. Because there's a whole bunch that can add to the video, and I will. Okay, so let me just make sure I am where I need to be. Perfect. Catch you up on some other things that have happened as well. Okay, so for those of you that are on Twitter and you'd like to follow me on Twitter, my handle is WowGirlSarah. Sometimes YouTube notifications don't go out. Don't ask me why. That's just YouTube not doing their job as they should. But whenever I do a video or a live, I post on Twitter as well. So you can always get those notifications. Okay, let's start here with a post from Kim Impossible. So for those who are not aware, not only was Chantal doing stuff on YouTube, but she decided to run on over to TikTok and do stuff. She did a couple of streams, and I peeked at them. Can't review them because she made sure to play copyrighted music all the way through. And I know she did that on purpose to throw off the reactors from reacting to it. She tried to make sure that we were not going to react to it. Although I will say, even if she didn't do the copyrighted music, there was nothing worth reacting to. It was just the same old Chantal. You would think somebody who's concerned about making money would understand that if you've got several platforms up, and if you want people to get interested in the different platforms, you got to have different content on each platform. I know she has a Twitch channel, so the content on Twitch should be much different than the content on YouTube or even the content on TikTok. But yet it's the same content on all the platforms, hence why they're all failing. You know, I also remember a while back, Chantal tried her hand at sleep streams on Twitch. That one I did react to. That one I did watch. She promised everybody that she would do a sleep stream for 12 hours on Twitch. And I watched it. I reacted to it. It's on my channel. Did she do 12 hours? No. What she did was she turned on her stream on Twitch. She had her TV across the room where you couldn't see it. And she laid in bed and she acted like she was sleeping, but she pretended to sleep. She was secretly looking at the TV across the room to see if anybody was donating money. After about 4 hours, she cut off the stream. She wasn't making money, and she cut off the stream. She got the idea for sleep streams due to other Twitch streamers. Like there was one called Ice Poseidon. I think he was one of the first to do the sleep stream. He made about $6,000, but that's because he made his sleep stream interactive. You know, he basically let the trolls have fun. But the way he set it up was he would try to sleep. And if you wanted to do, I know, text to speech, or if you wanted to play a song snippet, you had to donate a certain amount of money. So those people that wanted to disturb his sleep, they could donate a lot of money. Excuse me. That's why he made so much, because it was audience interactive. So he did very well. And he did another sleep stream. I think it did well too. So she saw maybe Ice Poseidon, or she heard about the sleep streams and she thought I could make money, and it just didn't happen. So I think she did it once or twice and that was it, or just the once. But, you know, moving on, she went on TikTok and people were making comments on her TikTok. And Kim Impossible is giving us some of the deleted comments. Moonrose, Texas says, you get views when you go out and do something. That's true. Whenever Chantal gets out of the house and does something, and it's a different change of pace and a different change of scenery, people get interested. They're like, oh, there's something new here. But if you do the same type of video in the same room, when the same background, there's no theme, there's nothing interesting, there's nothing creative, it's boring. I don't care if you got a 100K channel, it's still boring. The numbers on the front of the page do not negate the fact that it's still gonna be boring. That's just how it is. User says, oh man, the joke of Cornwall, you are famous. I politely disagree. I respectfully disagree. She is infamous, not famous. Famous is when you are something or you do something that people admire. Infamous is just the opposite. She's infamous. Oh, is she infamous? Moomin says, karma is why you are trapped in the body you live in. Well, I wouldn't really call it karma. I would say it's just the end result and the consequence for all the things she's been doing. You know, like for every action, there's a reaction. So that's her body being at the size that it is. It's just the reaction her body is having to all this stuff she's doing to it. Okay, neck. Oh, oops, sorry. So Beepster says, at Sultan Salah, I just read some very unsavory things about you. Is it fake? No, it's not fake. We got the receipts. It's not fake. Promise you it's not. The reaction channels have the receipts if you want to know where they are. Cherry says, why do you let Salah have such control? It's made your channel and TikTok take a hit. You know, you really can't blame everything on Salah. Is he a bad influence? Has she gone all in with Salah and letting him take the wheel when he really shouldn't? Yeah, that's true. But everything started going downhill right after the Natter arc. Like, she was just in such a hurry to find a replacement Natter. In my opinion, Natter is the one that she wanted, but Salah was the one that she settled for because she couldn't have Natter. And you know what happens when you find something and you're not 100% happy with it, you settle for it, you're never going to be happy with it. Salah was just a rebound sugar baby. Like, she had a sugar baby. She tried everything to get that sugar baby under control. Didn't work. So, in my opinion, Salah was the get back. She was getting back at Natter. And also, maybe at the same time, trying to get him back by trying to create a sense of panic of, if you don't come with me, and if you're not with me, I can replace you, and I'll replace you with a younger man, with somebody who might be more attractive. I'll give him all the money. I'll give him a channel. He'll have the opportunities that I once gave you. So getting back at Nader with Salah, but also trying to get him back. And I'll stand and die on that hill. Moonrose, Texas says, it's fair use if it's commentary added. Now the Twitter is such a straight up upload that's wrong. Not really. Not really. I don't agree with that. Okay. User says your views have tanked. Yep, they sure have. Moonrose says, if you stopped eating horribly, more people would respect and follow your glow up. We root for you. Yeah, but she won't stop. She absolutely will not stop. And I know there are people on her side of the fence that are like, she can do it. Every time she says she's going to take care of her health, the people that are not the feedies, they get excited and they think she means it when she does not mean it. I know a lot of beezers are like, oh, the reaction channels are so horrible. No, we're not horrible. We just don't believe her BS. And we have good reason not to believe her BS because she's a liar. Number one rule, Chantal lies. Number two rule, Chantal tells on herself. But if you don't want to believe the second rule, that's fine. At least believe the first one. Chantal lies. She never sticks to what she says. She will say that she can change her mind when she's actually lying. She will never admit to making a bad choice or doing wrong when she does. But she feeds people scraps of hope about her health. Oh, I'm going on a health kick this time. It's going to work. A day or two later, back to the mukbangs. We don't believe her because we've been here before many times. We've gone around that circle with Chantal many times. We don't believe her because she's given us nothing to believe in. And like I said, you can't fix the problem as long as you monetize the problem. If you're making money with it, and if that's your only source of income, and there's nothing else to replace it with, you're going to stick with it. And the problem will continue. And that's just facts. So she's never going to get on top of this food issue until she's off of YouTube or she changes up her content completely. Okay, post of cats. Look at this baby. Look at the eyes. Do cats have eyes that look like that? It's like a little stuffed plushie. So pretty. Do look. The eyes are freaking me out a little bit. I'm not going to lie, but beautiful, beautiful cat. Post of cat says 95% cloud, 5% eyes. I just want to hold and cuddle. Okay, 4F Beauty and Lifestyle says, will she fit into an airplane seat now? I'm not talking width, I'm talking depth, front to back. She nearly filled the space last time she was on the plane. I think it'd be a good idea that if Chantal has to go anywhere on an airplane, which at this point is going to be dangerous for her. Every time she goes up in an airplane, she's risking blood clots and such. I think she's at the point with her weight, with the width of her body, she might need the entire row of seats. That's not me being hateful saying that. That's just an opinion. I don't think 2 seats are going to do it anymore. I think she needs 3. She needs the entire row to herself. That way she can be comfortable and safe, and everybody else around her can be comfortable and safe. You know, she just keeps eating that food and gaining more weight. When she goes to travel, it becomes a problem. Flashing Pondu says, when Chantal says she's coming after Stuff Case said, which is Kristen, this is all of Twitter's response. We'll deal with the beast if she dares to come. So yeah, Chantal, in her last video, she mentioned she was going to be coming for everybody on Twitter. Looking for anybody that posts little clips of her stuff on Twitter. There are a few people that do it, but it's not wrong. They're just keeping people updated. You know, some people just don't want to watch all of Chantal's videos. So they post little clips that matter. And Stuff Case, that is one of them. And she does a wonderful job, not only with posting the clips, but even posting the video tags, which I have shown you guys some of her posts, and I think that's awesome. But Chantal just can't leave well enough alone. Like instead of attacking the larger issue, which is her content is trash. She's eating trash and her content is trash. She's going to point the finger at everybody else and say, it's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault. Why I'm not getting views, you're taking views away from me. Chantal, question. How are people on Twitter, on another platform, taking your views away from you? They're not even on YouTube. Why go after the people on Twitter? They're just kind of slightly recapping your stuff. Because some people have lives. They got jobs. They got to go out and do things. They can't sit down and watch a 2-hour live or a 3-hour live. They just want to get the gist and the meat and potatoes of it all and move on. And they might go to Twitter and subscribe to DX or Kristen to get the recaps or the little snippets. And that way they keep kind of on top of things. So why go after them? They're on a separate platform. Stop all that complaining. It's not going to help your situation. All right, this is from X Dogs. If this doesn't describe my life, I don't know what does. Hey, you know what? All of you people that own dogs, I can relate. Look, but I will let you know, all of you dog people, cat people, cat mamas, cat daddies, we deal with kind of the same thing. Our cats will sit on top of us and treat us like furniture 24/7. Like I got Booger on my lap right now. And she'll sit down and I don't want to get up. I'm trying to do a react video and she decides, you know what, that's my me time. So I can relate to this picture so much. I think it's funny. You know what? That just means your dog or your cat or your pet loves you when they treat you like old furniture and they want to lay on you or take up most of the space. Okay, this is a great one from the Dalbo dog. Sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. Aww. What a beautiful picture, though, I must say. What a beautiful picture of the puppers. All right, this is from Judge Judy saying the real foodie beauty. Now, the words in this picture are a direct quote. I want everybody to know that. This is something that Chantal said back in Cuba. She was flying high on her ego. She was feeling herself. She was all into her arrogant self to the point where she confessed how manipulative she is in front of her audience, basically saying, yes, I'm a manipulator and I'm a liar, but I know you guys are addicted to me to the point where I can sit here and just shovel crap at you all day long. And not only when you eat it, you'll come back for more. So here's a direct quote from the Cuba Rage saying, I'll be sweet as pie tomorrow. Oh, you know it. You know I'm going to manipulate the F out of you and you're going to eat it up and you're going to watch me. That's basically like the direct quote. Imagine somebody being in front of you and saying that to you. Confessing to be a liar. Confessing to be a manipulator in an arrogant way. And they're proud of it. It's made them cocky, knowing they can hurt and lie to and manipulate other people. And they're bragging about it to your face. You, the person that they're manipulating. That she did it because she knew the audience would not leave. And at that time, they weren't leaving, but now they are. So this version of Chantal, this is the version that we got during the Natter era. She was making a lot of money. And because she was making a lot of money, she was just mean as could be. Now that she's not making so much money, she's dialed back her mean. She can't afford to be mean because being mean is expensive. It's very expensive. And she's paid the price. Chantal could have been organically over 100K well before now. If she had played her cards right, she had done quality content, she could have organically had 100K without buying subs, without going to another channel. She could have been at 100K. But because of her behavior and the way she treated people and the lack of great content, she just got stuck at a certain number and she had to buy the rest or bargain the rest with other people. And this is why. Because she's a manipulator, because she's a liar, because she doesn't keep her promises to people. She feeds people scraps of hope with her health and then takes it back. I mean, it's stuff like this. It's not us that has caused your channel to stagnate, Chantal. And we, the reactors, we are not the reason why you're not making money. It's because you drifted to a place where you are entitled and lazy. Once upon a time, your channel was your everything. You didn't have a whole bunch of feedies in your back pocket sending you money through PayPal or Cameo. Your channel was your everything. You would sit down and brainstorm new arcs, like what can I do next to keep people tuning in and turned on and watching. You would sit down and just try to figure stuff out. Now you don't even try anymore. You don't even try to be entertaining. And you wonder why people are bored. Here's something for you. You found a trend. You found the mukbang trend. And you hopped on back of that trend. You ran piggyback off of that trend. So you were a trend riding piggyback on top of another trend. Well, here's the thing about trends. At some point, the trend will die off. People are not as interested as they once were, and they move on to other things. So the mukbang trend, it's still kind of around. It's not as popular as it used to be. The people that are continuing to do the mukbangs, they've had to really be innovative with their mukbangs. You can't just sit down with a fast food meal and eat it and expect to make a lot of money or get a lot of views. A lot of people, they have upgraded their mukbangs to having different themes and bright colors and including different foods. Sometimes making their own foods to look like different things. You haven't done none of that. You're not even trying. You don't have a passion for mukbanging. You don't have a passion for ASMR. You have a passion for doing the laziest, easiest content on YouTube and getting paid for it. Well, that trend has died off. You're not keeping up. And that's why you're failing. That and the fact that your content just sucks. Okay, Shenanigans says, I left this comment under Marley Hendrick's latest video. Reposting my comment here because X limits the characters and I don't want to start a thread with what I have to say. So let's look at the comment from Shenanigans. Hey, Shan. Shenanigans says, what she doesn't understand is that people watch reaction channels because they either respect the reactor's point of view on the situation and or want to be able to have a voice to speak their opinion without being blocked and discuss what they see as problematic behavior with others to confirm they aren't the only ones who notice the insanity that is Chantal's content. She acts as if she has never been critical of others. Remember her story times? They surrounded people she has come across in her life that consisted of airing their laundry out with endless judgment and eye rolling, where she narrated herself as both the hero and the victim. Did those non-content creators who didn't put their business out there themselves consent to that? Real or not, her retelling of certain events paints her as a massive hypocrite. Plop down, Chantal. You have no leg to stand on. Although if you're not careful, that could become a literal statement. Well, that was a great comment you made, Shenanigans. Chantal's channel, you can't give your point of view. You can't give your honest thoughts. She'll either block she'll either block you or get rid of your comment or both. You cannot speak freely on her channel. You don't really have a voice. And if the audience feels that they are not being heard or they cannot say what they want to say, they will go elsewhere where they can be heard, where they can speak freely. And it's not about, they're not walking on the channel thinking, what kind of mood is in the reactor in today? They're not coming onto the channel feeling as if the reactor is walking on eggshells and, oh, I got to be careful, which is the vibe of Chantal's channel. Like, what mood is she in today? And I don't want to make her angry. I got to walk on eggshells or she's going to block me. Even if she blocks you all over there, is it really that much of a big deal? Like, she's not doing anything. You know, if she blocks you, she's actually doing you a favor. You're being blocked from what? From boring content. You know, I consider that a win, not a loss. Okay, moving on. Florida Salt and Sass says, LMAO, she can F right off with that. No one needs your approval, Foodie. And you were not inundated with fan DMs either. We were not born yesterday. Yeah, we know she's on Twitter. We know. Look, she's got sock accounts on YouTube. She got sock accounts on Twitter. She's nosy. You know, she wants to act all big and bad, but yet she won't show her face. She won't make the comments under Foodie Beauty. She won't go into a chat room as Foodie Beauty. She always hides and lurks under a sock. Always. Always. DX, who's giving the recap, says she never talks about reactors that are actually fair use. Telling reaction channels that they have to send videos to her for review before posting. We gotta do what? We gotta do what? All of us have to send videos to Chantal before we post. Oh, really? Chantal, you don't have that much time in your day. You know how many reaction channels there are and clip channels there are? You mean to tell me you have enough time on your hands that not only are you able to film and post your content, which wears you out, and you've said so, but you're going to sit there and review all the reaction channels content before they post. You're going to go through every single minute of every single video to give your stamp of approval. You know, put the hoof down with the ink and just stamp the approval or not. No, you're not. We don't have to ask your approval. You're not YouTube. You don't run the company. It's not your job. You can't even do your job right. Your job, as you've chosen it to be, is to be on YouTube and make content for your channel. You can't even do that right. Your content sucks. It sucks, it sucks, it sucks, it sucks, it sucks. Instead of telling everybody else how to do their stuff, focus on yours. The reaction channels, the clip channels, we're doing just fine. You, not so much. You're the one that your views keep going down. Your super chats have gone down. Before you could take us to school, you need some college courses, teacher. Stop acting like you know everything. That's so funny. Send videos to her for review before posting. Yeah, okay. In another universe, maybe. Okay, so Hidden Truth says her reaction to a pretty girl. This is talking about her battling somebody on TikTok. She lost to her, and you could see she was visibly disappointed as she kept saying, it's not about winning or money. Yes, it is. So I'm very sorry I cannot play the sound of this clip due to the copyrighted music. But here was the young lady that Chantal was battling on TikTok, and she lost the battle, and she was embarrassed. See, here's the young lady. I don't know her name. I have absolutely nothing against her, but she lost to this young lady. And that brings up another question, Chantal. What in the world are you doing battling on TikTok? I mean, why? I don't even know why you're over there. You can't make any money on TikTok. We've already gone over that. That even if you're in the partner program, you get maybe 2 cents or 4 cents per 1,000 views. And the way that battles work, you do a battle with somebody, and there are different gifts you can buy, and a lot of them are really, 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 really cheap. The highest gift I think you can buy is a little over $2. So, what in the world are you doing on TikTok? You're doing battles and you're not doing them well. I mean, is that how far you've dropped down the hole? Once upon a time, you would get a good amount of super chats, but now you're on TikTok battling for teeny tiny gifts that really don't matter. Okay. Seen It All says, you really don't care, do you, Chantal? Okay, this has to do with the Muslim faith. Yet to the point of extreme excess, that pleasure of eating becomes gluttony, something that is no longer halal. Allah said in the Quran, moreover, eat and drink freely, but do not be excessive, for indeed, he does not love those who are excessive. Well, I think we can all say that Chantal, she's not a true Muslim. Okay, she doesn't have the faith in her heart. She's not even trying to have the faith in her heart. She does everything that's haram, not halal. She makes up her own rules. In my opinion, she's using the abaya and she's using the hijab as a bit of a shield to cover up who she is and cover up her bad behavior, although she keeps committing the bad behavior. So, you know, and that's another reason why people don't like her. She's an obvious fake. What really should be doing is she should just be herself, whatever that may be. Just be yourself. Don't be the complete opposite of who you are. First of all, you're going to be miserable. Secondly, the people that you're in front of are going to say, this person's a fraud, and they're not going to get into you. You know, who can be friends with or look up to or talk to someone who's an absolute fraud? Nobody wants that. Okay, this is from Pegatha saying, to Chantal, if you decide to come after Kristen or any other girl here, we will 100% coordinate and mass report all of your content. We stay in our little quarter here and you stay over there. This is your warning. Okay, so this is the community post that Chantal put up. This has to do with this stuff on Twitter. Foodie Beauty, edit, quote, thought she doesn't go on Twitter. I literally just decided to go on to report only. I swear some people have butts for brains. I'm coming for y'all Twitter thieves. But why? Why come for people on Twitter? It's a whole separate platform. Has nothing to do with YouTube. Anything that people post on Twitter are not going to hurt your views on YouTube. So stop trying to control different platforms, Chantal. A, you're not the boss of any of them. B, what you should be doing is controlling yourself, not other people. You don't have the right, and it is not your job to be the police of free will and free choice and free speech. You need to back off. You need to get it together. You're trying to control what people say on YouTube, on Twitch, on TikTok, on Twitter. It's ridiculous. You're doing too much. Even if you did manage to control all those people, which is not going to happen, it's not going to boost your views. It will not. As much as you don't want to believe it, there are people in your audience, I'm sure, that are beezers, that they go on the reaction channels and they enjoy their content. They may not advertise it to you, but I'm sure that some of them do. And that's fine. Everybody has the right to go where they like. If you are on YouTube for 15 minutes, you are allowed to go where you want in that 15 minutes. If you go on for an hour, you should be able to watch who you want to watch without some stranger in another country telling you you only can go here and not go here. Stop being such a tyrant, Chantal. It's not helping you. Here's the rest of the thing though. If you notice anyone using your work without your permission, you can file a DMCA takedown notice on Twitter. The platform will examine your report to determine if it's a copyright infringement. It can be a content in the header, image, profile, photo, or media and tweets. Yeah, you better leave people on Twitter alone, Chantal. What I tell you about kicking the hornet's nest, what I say? I said that if you walk over to a hornet's nest and the hornets are not bothering you, they're just buzzing away happily in their nest, best to leave them alone. Because the moment you decide to walk over and kick that hornet's nest, you're going to make them real, real angry. And they're going to come out of that nest, all of them together, and come after you. This is not a threat. This is absolutely not a threat. This is nature we're talking about, okay? Stuff in Minecraft. But it is just, you mess with a hornet's nest, they're going to come out and look for whatever it is that's disturbing them, and they're going to retaliate. I'm just letting you know. All right. Queen of WTF says her numbers jumped up with the Natter drama. Yes, they did. That was her peak. They watched for the drama. Absolutely true. Now, with this new art, people have left. And after telling people over and over to F off, they left. So the numbers you are seeing are your own making, cutie. Yep. She was so arrogant, so high on her hog during the Natter arc because she was making so much money. And there was such a heavy turnover with people signing up for memberships and sending super chats. It made her a mean biatch, an arrogant biatch. She honestly thought that she could just be as mean as she wanted to be the arrogant high school girl and get away with it. She was the mean girl to her own Beezers, to her own VIBs. Every night, logging off, probably laughing to herself, thinking, ha, ha, ha. Look how mean I am to the Beezers. And these people are so addicted to me and my channel. I could do whatever I want to them and they'll come back. Straight up telling people, you can be replaced. Telling them that in live streams. I don't care if you leave, I'll get more. Really? Then why are your numbers sucking these days? If that was always going to be the case. Guess not, huh? I guess you've lost a lot of people. And that's why you're doing the open chats anymore, because you don't have enough members. And you're hoping to get some members by opening the chat up. You hate the trolls, you hate the negative comments, but you have no choice because you're money motivated. And although you accuse the reaction channels of, I pay all their bills, I pay their rent, girlfriend, no, you don't. You're not making us that much money. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Ridiculous. YouTube don't pay that much. What are you talking about? You told people to F off. They did. Now you're mad because you opened your mouth and said something and they did it? Then you shouldn't have said it. Okay, Julie says, wow, you could even stick to your BS for 24 hours. You're embarrassing. So yeah, she did one ASMR video. Now we're back to the regularly scheduled programming. See, she can't stick to her word. Oh yeah, this is a quote from Chantal from Julie. I am no longer going to do any vlogs or content outside the mukbangs and gaming streams. Well, she changed her mind. Remember, she didn't lie. She changed her mind. Kelly says, and she's back. I guess she realizes she needs her audience more than they need her. But doggone it, she's giving me whiplash. So here's a clip from the newest video.
But I miss sharing a lot of my life with you guys.
What? Hold on. I got something to say. I like sharing a lot of my life with you guys. What exactly is going on that you need to share? What do? You don't do anything. You don't do anything, Chantal. You sit in the house all day. You go nowhere. You talk to nobody. You like laying in the seal position. So what life would you be sharing with the rest of us? You're so lacking in a life, you have to make up stories to make yourself interesting. Or is it that you're a huge narcissist? And a narcissist, they want all the attention, right? That ego's got to be fed, or else it starves to death and they feel bad. So you just want to be able to talk about yourself as if you're the most interesting person in the world, even though you're not. You're pretty doggone boring. So you can't do ASMR, because ASMR eating means you don't talk about yourself. You don't share about yourself. The star is the food and the noises, but it's not you. And maybe you can't stomach that thought. The fact that you're not the star of the video anymore. It's strictly on the eating noises, which are supposed to be pleasant. But talk about what life? What?
I miss doing vlogs.
You don't do any. What are you talking about? You don't go anywhere.
I think if I do put an effort into my life.
Yeah, good luck with that. How long we been hearing about that, y'all? Oh, I'm going to put some effort into my life, and I'm going to get my health together, and I'm going to lose weight, and I'm going to travel. Empty promises in the air. That's all it is. Just empty promises. Don't tell us what you're going to do. Just do it. You want to shock the audience? Get up and do something and surprise people with it. Don't tell us that you're going to do this and you're going to do this. Just freaking do it.
Into my goals. Into my content. And leave the rest up to God. I think, so what, the same old haters from when I was in Canada, they don't want to watch me, fine, but I can build a new audience. And I'm not tooting my own horn. People must find me to a degree interesting, whether it's train wreck, wise, what.
Chantal, I'm going to say something really rude, and you're not going to like it, but it's the truth, okay? And I know that you being a tremendous liars, the kryptonite is truth. And since you like to live in a fantasy land, you like to live in Delulu land, that would also mean that your kryptonite would be reality. So let me just give you a slice of both pieces of pie and put it on your plate. Do you know why people are still watching your content? Like the really real reason? It's because you've been on YouTube for 8 years, right? We've seen you in all of your awfulness. And it's like watching a really long movie or a long TV series. Like you've been watching it for quite a while. And even if it gets really bad, you figure to yourself, I've been watching this movie for 3 hours, or been watching this show for 8 years. I just want to see how the story ends. I've invested a lot of time and into watching this thing and keeping up with this thing. I want to see how the story ends. You watch a long movie and it sucks. You're almost at the end. You're like, it's bad. I don't like it, but I got to see how it ends. I've been sitting here for almost 3 hours. I want to know how it ends. That's why people continue to watch. They want to see how the story ends. And a lot of people, they want to see you get your comeuppance. They want to see the tower moment. And trust me, Big Mama, it's coming. It is. And not because I am doing anything to you. I've not done anything to you. The reactors haven't done anything to you. We're just observers, keeping up with the story. But we're not doing anything actively to you. The beautiful part is that you're doing it all yourself. You're hurting yourself. You're affecting yourself. As much as you want to point a finger at other people, you can't. Nobody hurts you the way that you hurt you. You're doing yourself the most damage. You are in your own way. You get in your own way. You're the one damaging yourself. Nobody else. We don't have to do a doggone thing to you. You're doing it all yourself. What you're dealing with currently is the result and the reaction of the things you've done to yourself. All that careless eating, catering to the feedies, not paying your taxes when you should, and then suffering bankruptcies because of it. Living a life of just pure recklessness and being irresponsible and uncaring and burning bridges left and right with everybody you know, your family, your friends, the guys that you were with. You burned every bridge, girl. And now, because you burned every bridge, you are isolated on a little island all by yourself. You basically created your own little corner. And you can't pivot out of that corner anymore. There's nowhere to pivot to. You did that. We didn't do it to you. We're just here watching the game. You're the one playing the game. Making up your own rules as you go. Don't blame the reactors for what's going on with you. You did it all. All of it. All of it.
Whatever. For me to be talked about so much. I will continue to try to improve my content for you guys.
Oh, God. I'm rolling my eyes over here. Anybody got a crowbar? I need a crowbar because I rolled my eyes in the back of my head and I need to unstick them.
A lot of you already really like my vlogs. And I realized trying to do like ASMR.
You know what, Chantal, on behalf of the Ambiance ASMR community, because I do ambiance videos on behalf of those people that enjoy what they do, and they put a lot of hours and work and thought into what they do for the purpose of entertaining people, for the purpose of helping people sleep or relax or get those good tingles. On behalf of that community, I say this. Stay out of the ASMR community, okay? You don't belong there. The words Chantal and ASMR should never go together in the same sentence. They just don't belong. You are not about helping people or relaxing people or entertaining people. All you saw was that the ASMR community gets a lot of views and you wanted a slice of that pie. So you decided to do some sloppy content and think you could be a part of it. It takes much more than that. Stay out of it. Okay? Leave that community alone.
I was like, this is boring. You know?
It's not boring. Well, it is because of, it's you doing it. But I think the main problem was that you're a narcissist and you want to be the main focus and you want to have an avenue to trauma dump and problem dump on your audience. And you can't do that if your mouth is closed. You're a narcissist. You want attention. You want to treat your own chat like free therapy. And you can't do that if you do ASMR content.
People are not watching those ASMR videos for the person doing them. They just like the sounds and everything. They don't even have to show their face.
Wrong, wrong, and wrong. Wrong. There's some great creators that do the videos. And the creators are absolutely present for those videos. They're a part of them. There's one I like in particular. His name is Randall's Relaxation. I love his videos. Like he does some really awesome videos. And there's another one, I think, Wood Soup ASMR. Love those videos too. Y'all need to check those channels out.
I like attention.
Boom, she just said it. She says, I like attention, so she can't do ASMR. There you go. There it was.
I honestly believe that I have a lot of lesson to learn. And that's why I keep making the same mistakes.
Yeah, but the thing is, you don't learn because you don't listen. See how that works? If people are giving you criticism, even if it's harsh, it's still constructive criticism. You have to be open to learning in order to learn. If your ears are stopped up, if you're cut off from people and you're saying, I know more than you, and you don't know what you're talking about, you're not going to learn. It's just not going to happen. Until you're open to learning, you are a lost cause.
I want to say this very seriously. I am very, very grateful for the channel I have, what I do have now, for the views I do have already, for my audience, for everything. I'm so grateful.
Yeah, you want to know why she's grateful? Honestly, hey, can I just tell y'all something? I don't believe she's grateful. Chantal, she doesn't have that kind of soul where she's grateful for anything. I don't think there's any true gratitude in her. It's just about, it's all she's got. And she's gotten herself so unhealthy that if she didn't have YouTube, what else would she do? Physically, she's in a place where if something happened with YouTube, let's just say YouTube decided, you know what, we're going to shut our doors, no more website, all the channels are gone. She's in a place physically where she couldn't even do a desk job. She couldn't sit comfortably and answer a phone. She's been spoiled too long and she's too unhealthy for that. Her past job, she got fired from a lot of them. She just, I could see her going to a job and not lasting more than a couple of hours. Physically, she couldn't do it. She could not be on her feet. She doesn't know how to talk to people. She's not nice. YouTube is it for her. It's her only option. And what's sad is there could have been many more options, but she wasted all of her money. And she turned people away. That's your fault. Your fault, Foodie. You did that. Florida Salt and Sass says, I guess she's scrubbing anything that could be used to report for an ED due to all of her talk of BED and multiple other health issues. Can't wait for her to get diagnosed with diabetes for the third time. Well, she had diabetes even before YouTube. But I guess Chantal has done another channel scrub where she's gotten rid of a lot of content. Speaking of which, I got a question for you, Foodie. You know what's on the YouTube no-no list as far as monetization. And you know that BED is on that no-no list. So why do you keep talking about it? And why are you talking about it when you don't have BED? You have a food addiction, true, but you don't have BED. You're far too public with what you're doing. You know, you have your B moments and you film them. You don't have BED, in my opinion. Okay, next from Yup Yup saying, make no mistake, these rages from Foodie are all about money. Would she be raging if her videos were getting over 20K views? Nope. Nope. No, they wouldn't. You know, like her money's gone down and she's blaming everybody else. Okay, this is from Chantal's Fried Rice, saying, how has she not checked herself into inpatient by now? Sure looks just like Jen right before she passed away. That swelling is insane. And if it's from the beatus, it happens after the liver is pretty much gone. Keep eating. So they did like a straight line down the face, and you can see the difference in her face. It just, they're not matching. She's had that one side swelling going on for a while. That could be heart issues. I don't know what issues it could be, but they're correct in saying that Light by Jen had kind of the same condition before she was, no longer here. Okay, this is another one from Kelly. This is from comments from TikTok, saying, here's some comments from her TikTok live. The Muslim community is going after her and Salah is blocking them. So Meow says, why do people support this? I used to support you until you Cuba breezed. Brad says, I cannot believe my eyes, the amount of sin you carry. G.I. Jane Doe says, I am stunned right now. Never seen a Muslim woman like this. Sorry, please stop. Is it Artie? Says, you look rounder here than you do on YouTube. Strange. So I told you, TikTok is not nice. They are brutal over there. They were giving it to her. Hidden Truths. This is talking about the reactors. Foodie Beauty, when they did the blackout for 24 hours, because yes, we did an actual blackout at Chantal. Like, let's not react to Chantal for a day or 3 days. She lost her mind. How could they do that? That's so stupid. You would think she would have been happy that we weren't reacting to her, but when she found out we weren't, she lost her mind. Foodie Beauty, when they did the blackout for 24 hours, she was so visibly upset because they got more views and they didn't watch her channel. So which is it? Should everyone stop watching her and do another blackout again, or continue reacting? Either way, she will find reasons to rage. Yeah, because she wants attention. She wants nothing but attention. This is a great comment from Hidden Truths. Reaction channels on YouTube are similar to TV news programs. You could think of them as reporters and commenters who utilize clips from YouTube to deliver daily news with their own commentary. Neither are content thieves. I love that comment because it is so true. We're just keeping up with the story. That's all we're doing. Yup says, is this a promise? So here's a comment from Foodie saying, nah, if I get removed from YouTube, I'm done with social media, period. I doubt that. I really doubt she's done with social media. For the simple reason she cannot get an actual physical outside the house job. She relies on social media way too much. Florida Salt and Sass says Foodie Beauty makes content no one wants to watch. Her viewers tell her they don't want that content. She snaps at her viewers, who pay her paychecks, to leave and not watch her. Viewers do exactly what she told them to. But it's the reaction channel's fault they left? No. And she told them to leave. We did not tell them to leave. She told them to leave. You can't get mad when people do what you tell them to. Sophie's Loyal Gooey says, okay, Chantal, stop deflecting and blaming others for who you are. You are the biggest problem. But like I've said before, come on to X. We will treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated, with no annoying battles to get to secondhand embarrassment from. Okay, here's like a long comment from Sophie. Pathetic is a person thinking that the same sad video about reaction channels and X are expecting a different outcome. You can throw as many fits as you like, Chantal. You created this. Whether you admit to yourself or not is irrelevant, because as Mr. Snowflake has proven, the evidence is so handy to come across. Whether you want to atone for your ignorance in the past is also irrelevant, as I know you are a devout Muslim and would never and could never believe in karma, She indeed is real. Ask your ex bestie, your ex punching bag, your ex one that got away, your ex love of your life that you platformed and stood by as he. Now do as you always do and reblock me, you madam are pathetic and desperate. Yeah, she caused everything that's going on around her right now. We didn't do it. We did not do it. Okay, so that's it for the Twitter catch up. Well, that took a while. Ooh, I didn't know it was going to take that long. But let's get on to Marley Hendrick's video. It's a short video, but it's going to cover Chantal's a little bit of her current content and also her past content. So let's just get into it. And again, I'll leave a link for Marley Hendrick's Marley. I can't even talk this morning. What's wrong with me? I'm so sorry. Marley Hendrick's video in the video description. So let's get to. Hello, Foodie Beauties.
Well, hello, guys. Hello. Sorry if my camera placement is not perfect. Whatever. And they gave me a whole thing of bread for this. I have Arabic food. I'm sorry some of you prefer Western food, but I don't live in the white bread world anymore, people.
And yet, while she's been over in Kuwait, she's eaten from several chains that are over here in the Western world. Several chains. She's had her Starbucks. She had her Subway. She had her McDonald's and Burger King. What are you talking about?
Two should be enough. And if it's not, well, I'll huff and I'll puff. So this is from Salah's dinner. He told me to take a few. So I just took a few falafel.
You know what, Chantal, before we even get into the rest of the meal, nothing against the food over in the Middle East, but you are the person that you are the YouTube content creator. You decide what content you want to do and what you want to show. So you should know that when a person turns on a video or a live stream, whatever is going on, it should be interesting. If you're doing a video, everything should look nice, sound not nice. The colors should pop. I don't know why you insist on choosing food that is nothing but beige and bland. It doesn't look nice on camera. I'm not saying it doesn't taste nice because how would I know? I haven't tasted it. But when people check out a channel, they might check out a video or a live for about 5 minutes. And if you haven't captured their interest in 5 minutes, they'll right click over to the next person. Now, anybody else watching this video, like when the first minute, they're seeing food that doesn't even look good. Again, sorry, Middle East. I'm sure the food is delicious. Color-wise, there's no color. There's nothing else on the plate. It doesn't look nice. And this is what you're choosing to make money with, Chantal.
And an arayas, and he doesn't eat the grilled peppers. So they're all mine. I have some. I'm going to put the bread under here. Some Warrock Enab, stuffed dolma grape leaves.
How many times have you had those grape leaves? No offense, I like grape leaves. They're delicious. But how many times has she eaten them on camera? Why does she insist on eating the same foods over and over and over again? You're supposed to be a foodie, Chantal. Aren't foodies into different foods, trying different foods, expanding their palate? But your palate seems to have just one single drawer with the same food in it, and that's all you want to eat. But the same stuff over and over again, girlfriend. Why?
Yes, please. All days of the week. Meat hamsat. I hope it's beef, but I don't know about that. Well, all right. Anyway.
Okay. This is just me giving my opinion. Again, I'm sure the food could taste absolutely delicious, presentation wise, though, it's not nice. There's nothing in front of me that would make me go, wow, I have to try that. That main plate in front of her, it looks very mushy. The grape leaves, you would think grape leaves would look appealing, because how do you mess up grape leaves? I don't know how you do it, but somebody did it. Even the grape leaves look messed up.
Let's get into it. Bismillah. Let's have a falafel, a pepper, a bite of a rice. Rice has minced meat in the middle. Grape leaves. So I have some things I want to talk about today. I want to address my previous video.
Oh, you got a toothache. That's what happens when you don't brush your teeth.
My cheek. I want to address my previous video one last time. Maybe that's a sign not to. No, if I bit my tongue, then I would take it as a sign, but this was my cheek. About the content thieving, haters, whatever you want to call it. Although at this point, these people, I don't think they're haters, because I think they're fans at this point.
No, we're not fans. We're just keeping up with this story. And we're giving people the option of, do they want to keep up with this story on your channel, or do they want to come over and watch somebody else who will make it more entertaining and more palatable? And a lot of people are saying, you know, I really can't raw dog her content. It's too much. I'll go to a reactor.
They're my biggest fans. In particular, the reception from the video. Now, first, I want to start by saying, I feel like an
apologies for her eating. Just wanted to say that.
ASS, because I was getting so many DMs from you guys.
Oh, Box Mountain has officially entered the chat. Oh no, not another Box Mountain.
By the way, still have to make the mac and cheese.
Why? I'm sorry, I got loud. I'm so sorry. Let me just take it down a notch volume-wise. Why does she have the boxes of mac and cheese right by her desk? Don't those belong in the kitchen? We know that she keeps condiments at her desk for reasons unknown, when that stuff belongs in the fridge. Because if you don't keep them refrigerated, they're going to go bad. They're going to spoil. And Chantal, if you're over there eating mayonnaise that's been left out all night, girl, that can give you food poisoning because it's got eggs and stuff in it. But why keep boxes of mac and cheese by your desk? What is the purpose of that? Are you going to cook at your desk?
Because I feel bad, because I want to let you know how much I felt ungrateful, but
you are ungrateful.
I look ungrateful because I look like I don't have.
You are ungrateful, period. 8 years on YouTube, making money on YouTube, not grateful for the opportunity you've been given, for the cup of fortune that you were given, for the audience that you have, that they watch you. They might send you super chats. They might give you memberships. And all of that is, you don't have to go out and get a regular job if you don't want to. You have more freedom to go out and do things if you want to, because of your audience. And you don't look at that and say, I am blessed. A lot of people right now at this very minute, they had to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and battle traffic to go to work and be there literally all day for 8, 9, 10, 12 hours, and then come home and they're exhausted. And they might have an hour or two before bed to relax. And here I am, big seal woman that I am. I don't have to adhere to a schedule. And I could just make videos whenever I want. And I've got complete freedom over myself and my day. And that's something a lot of people don't have. So I am blessed and I'm grateful. And I'm going to approach my channel and my audience with that attitude. No, you're just a big, spoiled, entitled brat. You're taking everything for granted. And you know what happens when you take something for granted, or somebody? You lose them. Because they get that feeling they're not appreciated and they move on. Then after they're gone, you're like, why is everybody leaving me? Oh my God. Like I've got notifications on my phone right now, y'all, while I'm doing this video. What was she saying a few minutes ago about not doing food based around the Western world? She just posted a Burger King video. I got the notifications on my phone for YouTube. So what was that you were saying about the Western world, Chantal? For someone who's over in the Middle East, you're eating a lot of the Western world food over there. Might as well just come back to Canada.
Appreciate the viewers I have.
Okay, now this is a great post. Great post from Erie Pepperoni. This is her community post saying, at Foodie Beauty, let's make this clear as day. In this house, you have fed no one. You have paid no one's bills. In fact, you haven't even paid your own bills. Your viewers have. Yes. Yes, Erie. Say it again. I'll say it for you. In fact, you haven't even paid your own bills. Your viewers have. I love that, Erie. I love that the moves. Her viewers pay her bills. She doesn't even work and earn the money to pay her bills and pay her rent and pay for all that food. It's the viewers that are paying for all that stuff. That's right. Viewers choose who they want to watch and support. Thinking that getting rid of reactors will automatically turn them into your viewers is senseless. Some people simply just don't like you and are here just to see you face the consequences of your actions. This is something you brought upon yourself with the vileness of your own mind. Stay mad. At the end of the day, without YouTube, you are nothing and have nothing. I could turn my camera off and still have a full life, but you live solely for the camera. Applause. Applause, Erie. Applause. Well said, ma'am. Well said. No lies detected with what Erie said. No lies detected at all. No, can't argue with it, Chantal. You know she's right.
The fans I have, the views I have, the money I make. That's not my point. My point was not crying about how many views are. That's organic, that's whatever.
Chantal, how many of your beezers, forget the reactors for a minute. Let's just put the reactors over to the side for just a second. How many of your own viewers have complained about your content? How many of them have come to you in the live chats and said, we want you to get healthy. We want for you to go places and take us with you. Get out of the house. Go for a walk. Do something. Remember, this is not the reactors saying that. These are your own viewers. The people who watch your videos and pay your bills, those people. How many of them have said that? How many of them said we are hungry for change? We are hungry for something new, something fresh, something that's beyond the norm. How many of them said, you're doing the same thing in the same room over and over, and it's monotonous, and it's making my eyes bleed? A lot of people. But you want the audience to give your money. At the same time, you think you're above your own audience. You look at people in your audience as being nothing but peasants, and you're up at a tower high above them, and you don't have to listen to their feedback. You don't have to listen to what they have to say. You want to be better than everybody else. Whatever everybody else is doing, you got to have more. If they have a certain amount of money, you got to have more. If they're eating home-cooked meals, you got to have fast food just because fast food is a luxury item. You're trying way too hard to outdo everybody, and all you're doing is hurting yourself. But you've made yourself unrelatable, Chantal. That's the whole problem. You are unfreaking relatable. You used to be relatable. Go back to 2018. You were a bit more normal then. That's how people got into you. You weren't trying to be somebody you're not. You weren't talking all weird in a baby voice. You were just yourself. And then you just adapted this overblown, ridiculous caricature called Foodie Beauty, trying to tailor it to what you think would get the most attention, while all of your tactics to add some fakeness to your persona for the purpose of making money, it's not working anymore. So maybe the solution is to just be your doggone self and stop being a fraud.
This is the comment I want to address because few people are saying very smugly, to be frank, I would not watch your comment. I don't like raw dogging your content. I don't like your.
Yeah, exactly. You told everyone to leave if they don't like your content. You said it. Those were your words. You said it more than once.
Content. I go to reaction channels to watch them.
Right.
Really? Okay. So then tell me why when these reaction channels do any other content like vlogging, whatever they do, and if I'm not in the title, and if I'm not in the tag, and if I'm not in the thumbnail or the subject of the stream or the video, they get no views.
You know what? Can I just speak on that for a minute, please? I really need to speak on that. This is crazy to me. You know how you can tell someone that their whole life is YouTube when they are just too engrossed in YouTube? When they try to use views and subs and money as a flex or as a means to insult or hurt somebody else. Like, I've got more views than you. I've got more subs than you. I'm making more money than you. So what? Big deal. Who cares? Who gives a crap? There are lots of people on YouTube that they're doing their content. They're doing it the way they want to, in the way that they are comfortable and it makes them happy, and they have whatever audience they have and they are happy. And they don't care about, I got to get the max amount of views per that video. I got to get the max amount of subs. I'm going to do whatever I have to boost up my channel and be a big channel. Some people don't care about that. Having a big channel does not mean you're going to be more happy than the person next to you who has a smaller channel. I got a small channel, and I'm proud of everything I've done here with the audience that I have. I am not obsessed with views and money and looking for different things to do to get attention. What matters the most to me is being consistent with myself, with my channel, with who I am. And I'm proud of everything I've done. And I'll stand behind 100% of it. And the other reactors, they feel the same. Staying true to who you are and doing the content that you want to do is the most important thing. So anybody else on YouTube, that they get wrapped around the money. They get wrapped around the views and the subs and trying to use those things as a point of insult. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. Whenever I hear somebody say, I've got more views than you, I've got more subs than you, it sounds childish to me. Really childish. Like trying to insult someone else using a number on a page or YouTube analytics. It's stupid. It's so stupid. So stupid. And here's Chantal, prime example. Miss Nosy Nancy over here. She doesn't pay attention to the reaction channels, right? But yet she does. Because obviously she looks at our videos to make that comment of, well, if they're not reacting to me, their views are low. And how would you know that unless you're looking at the channels and their videos. And by the way, Chantal, like I said, some of us just don't care. I have my ambiance channel on top of my main channel. Okay. And I don't get that many views on my ambiance stuff, but I don't care. I make the ambiance to relax and to help other people relax. And again, I'm happy with everything I've done over there. I'm proud of that page. I'm more focused on being creative and artistic than this has got to be a moneymaker. But you're over there claiming that you pay all of our bills and all of our rent. If that's the case, where's the rest of my money, biatch? Because I ain't getting much. Oh my God. Girl, you're not making money for yourself. How can you make money for us? Stop it. Okay. Oh, and this is vintage, Chantal. This is vintage, Chantal, and you guys can see the date. Earlier live stream from today. This is 9/19/2022.
I basically just want to use my channel to talk about whatever I want, you know. And I don't find that fair. Like, I find my community posts about the stream sniping. I don't find that fair, and I don't find it fair that
it's not fair. It's not fun that you guys can restream my content and get an audience out of it, but it's perfectly fair for her to come on YouTube and break every terms of service, doing content like the mukbangs when she claims to have a problem with food and coming on camera high out of her mind. Well, that's perfectly fair. It's okay. It's all right. YouTube, just look. Don't look at me, YouTube. I'm going to do 3,000 milligrams of edibles, and I'm going to be high off as a kite. Don't look at me. Don't look at me flashing people on camera either. Don't look at that either. Look at the reaction channels and punish them for restreaming my content.
People will be like, well, I'm still not going to give you a view. So why are you even watching me at all then? If you really... My seatbelt's twisted. It's bugging me. If you don't even like or the internet to still keep up with me, why are you... Like, people don't get that. Or you don't have to like me.
It's bugging her that her ex-viewers are supporting other channels. You know, there are a lot of people that came across Chantal and liked her in the beginning, but due to her problematic behavior and just being snotty and mean and rude, they got turned off. And they went to the reaction channels and became subs to the reaction channels. So there are some people that started out on her side of the fence, but due to her behavior and acting the way she does, they didn't stay there. She told people to leave. They left and went somewhere else, and she's bothered that people did what she told them to do.
Me to give me a view, like to watch me. You can totally hate watch me. Like, I don't understand how people think like...
Oh, so she's bothered that people are going to the reaction channels and they're getting a view. She wants people, even if she tells them to go away, she wants them to just stick around and hate watch her so she gets the view. So it's all about the money. Strictly all about the money.
They don't want to give me a view, as if they don't want to support me, but they'll support a reaction channel who will say that even more.
Okay, so this is the text on the screen. Some examples of why Beezers left. Oh, really? You don't understand why you lost viewers and support? Did you forget your past behavior on YouTube? I haven't. A lot of other people have it, and we got all the receipts.
I mean, anyway, it's so weird.
Okay, there's going to be some triggering and offensive things here. Just to give you guys a heads up, what's about to happen here. She's going to do the a certain salute, an offensive salute.
We're going to be preparing a cooking video next on his channel. And for me, what am I doing tomorrow? We'll see. Oh, I'm busy with pizza tomorrow, but we'll see. So, bye guys. Thank you. Why?
She thought she was cute doing that. She's not cute. And she knew exactly what she was doing. That's why she's laughing like that.
Hillary, what?
And this right here was a Halloween stream. This was her mocking FFG. I don't really feel comfortable talking about things that happen with FFG. Like it's her story to tell, but I have to explain a little bit, just briefly. So FFG, in her past, she's dealt with DV. And Chantal was mocking part of that DV. You can even see she's got like the ponytail going on as well. So Chantal, claiming to be a DV victim, which I don't believe she ever was, mocking an actual DV victim.
Oh, what? The tomfoolery? Did I do my hairstyle right? Not really. I red around to make it look like I'm dead. Am I beat up?
Okay, FFG has discussed on her channel about how her ex blanked her and left a specific wound on her head. Chantal even chose the exact spot where FFG had been hurt. Oh, God. Mocking FFG and other DV survivors. Yeah, you know what, Chantal, just for that,
for Halloween, I didn't make him a channel, KB. Do you have like earwax stuck in your ears or what?
Okay, that time when Chantal was gaslighting her own audience.
Like, I don't understand. Like, you act like you would be an invalid and not able to access the internet without Chantal. I'm a magic internet fairy, and I gave him all access to everything, and now he can go grape all the women in the world. That's what you guys are acting like. You're mental. Mental. Do you hear that? That's people who say these things or think this way or mental. I'm not getting defensive at the Beezers. I'm getting at the people who think this way. Promoting his channel? Are you serious, Kat? Are you that dumb? I feel bad that you're raising a kid and you're that dumb.
You did promote his channel. You met Natter. You knew what kind of dude he was. You made a channel for him for the purpose of you wanted to do couple stuff on YouTube, but you also wanted control of Natter. So you purposely integrated yourself into his life as much as you could so that he could not get rid of you. And you would always have access to him. You integrated yourself into his life by making sure that you paid for everything and he didn't have a job, making him a YouTube channel, setting it up, filming all the content, making all the thumbnails, even buying the food for the cooking videos. But wait, let's keep going. You paid the cable bill, you paid the internet bill, you paid for as much as you could just so he could not say, get away from me, Chantal. And I will say this as far as Natter. He's the big idiot. He was the one who let her get in that close and get in that deep. He could have told her no. He could have turned her away or cut it off at any time. But he just saw a money opportunity and he ran with it. But they are both at fault with keeping that whole thing going because either one could have said no. But they are both so stupid they just kept it going much longer than what it had to. But yeah, it's her fault that he got brought to YouTube. She set him up on YouTube. Even though she knew what kind of a person he was, she set him up on YouTube.
Promoting his channel when I didn't know what he was like. Promoting his cooking when I was in an abusive relationship with him.
You know what? I don't want to hear that. No. You know what's funny? You know what's really funny, y'all? I'm just going to give my thoughts here in a second. Those who point the finger a lot of times are the ones who are the most guilty of whatever it is they're accusing the other person of. So with Chantal, she was busy pointing the finger at Natter, saying he was abusive, that he was the hurtful person, when the truth of the matter is she's a freaking predator, okay? She was the abusive one. Yes, she was. Still is. She tries to control and manipulate people using her money, with her YouTube channel, with her YouTube channel audience, trying to use them like her own personal private army. Oh, and if you tick me off, I'm going to go to the cops, or I'm going to embarrass you online. She's an intimidating bully, predator. Chantal's a predator. But she pointed the finger over at Natter, claiming things about him when she was the one who was the most at fault. I don't believe they were ever in an abusive relationship. Her circumstances for that were much different than a lot of other people. A lot of other people, they have no money, they have nowhere to go, no resources to get away. They're trapped by fear. Chantal had her own place, had her own money, her own car. Natter couldn't even drive to her house. She was there. She had to drive to Natter whenever she wanted to see him. And even after the allegations, she was sneaking off to hotel rooms and motel rooms to see him. So no, I don't think whatever it is she said about him ever happened. She was just, in my opinion, an abusive person that wanted to take the spotlight off of her being abusive and pointing the finger at somebody else and saying they are abusive when she's the one that's guilty.
Before he did anything? Are you mental? Apologize for what? Being a victim of an abusive relationship. Do you see what you're saying?
F off with that.
You're an idiot. I feel bad that your kid has such a dumb mom. Like, that is so.
And by the way, she's talking to the Beezers like this. Remember, there were no open chats back in the day. This is all VIB chat, like members only chat, and she's talking this way to her Beezers.
So dumb. Oh my God. Holy crap. I'm sorry, but really, you're going to make a dumb comment like that. Like, that's really bad. People who don't like me can leave and new people will join.
Boom. If people don't like me, they can leave and other people will join. Yeah, that was her attitude. Completely her attitude.
I don't get that. I don't give a fuck about you people.
Oh, Marley, I love the fact that you captured this. I don't give an F about you people. You just care about their money.
Yes, this is a real meal, bitch. Get used to it. If you don't like it, goodbye.
There's always a school shooting in the fucking US.
And this is another reason why we don't like her. Like the Uvalde incident. This horrible live stream that she did where she was drunk. Oh, she was not just 3 sheets to the wind. She had the whole linen store, girl. It was bad. It was real bad. Like, she was drunk. I think she was mixing in other things with that too. This is a bad stream. She was playing the pumped up kick song. She was doing the finger guns. She basically essayed Pete on camera, like forcing a kiss on him, laying on top of him. It was so icky to watch. She was calling Natter, her supposed abuser, calling him on the phone and saying, "What are you doing? Wasn't this the guy that supposedly abused you, and yet you're calling him up? What are you doing? Huh?"
Is that not a perfect time to listen to Foster the Kids Bumper Gates? Talk with people? Or is that Tacky? Is that Tacky?
It was happy.
It was Tacky? Really? Well, I like this one.
Oh, I can't do that. Okay, I gotta turn down the volume because there's music. Oh, oops. Dang it, she's got the music.
Just hang out with them then and watch their content if you like them so much.
Oh, we will.
I want to see their take on what your content is. No, you want to see them make fun of me because there's no take.
There is a take, though. Every reactor is different. That's what I love about Girl World and the reaction community. There are so many great, talented people in the community that they all bring something different to Chantal's content, a different point of view, maybe some different knowledge. And, you get all kinds of pieces all put together. We're not all the same. It's the variety. People like the variety. There's so many great reactors in Girl World. You could watch the same stream from Chantal with different people, and it will be different every time because of that variety.
On you eating something.
People who don't like me can leave, and new people will join. You don't get that. They don't give a fuck about you people. Yes, this is a real me. I'm a bitch. Get used to it. If you don't like me, goodbye.
You can bitch about somebody big eating something bad or they shouldn't all day long. Something really, my content is boring. That means there's nothing going on. So what is there to discuss? What is there to spin on? No, you just go there to see.
What do you
people be
care?
hateful. You hate on me.
Even if it's true that people come on to be hateful, which I don't agree with. But Chantal, you use your channel to keep up with your food addiction. You are misusing and abusing the platform, in my opinion. You are using the platform as a means to expand outward and make worse your food addiction. And just as, say, someone who has a problem with party favors, and after a while they start spending ridiculous amounts of money on party favors, your party favor is food. But regardless if it's party favors or food, the result is still the same. It causes damage to your body, to family, to friends that are around you, because they're watching you go downhill and there's nothing they can do to stop you. Your habit with food is so great, it's so out of control, that you, in order to satisfy that habit, you have to have insane quantities of food all the time. If you had to quit YouTube or you couldn't do YouTube anymore, and you had to go to a grocery store with a small paycheck and buy what you could, you would lose your mind, because you've gotten your body and the addiction used to massive amounts of food versus a small amount. If you were just given a normal quantity of food, you would throw a temper tantrum. You'd have a complete meltdown. That's how bad your habit is, that you have to eat thousands and thousands of dollars in takeout just to make that bee monster happy. And if you try to eat something healthy, it's going to scream at you. That's why you need therapy.
So don't try to make it something it's not.
People who don't like me can leave, and new people will join. You don't get that. They don't give a fuck about you people. Yes, this is a real me. I'm a bitch. Get used to it. If you don't like me, goodbye.
And my point was, these people don't use my content in a fair use way.
If that were true, all of our channels would be gone. But apparently we're following the rules, Chantal. You, on the other hand, not so much, because you're over there glorifying BED. So zip it.
Some people do. Do I ever talk about those people? No. Some people have legitimate things to talk about. They don't just play my entire video. I challenge the reaction channels to go out, spend a few hours going out, touching grass, editing, whatever, do a vlog, make it. You have to edit for about...
Ma'am, we go out and we touch grass. Let's see you go out and touch grass. Come on, make that into content. Find somewhere with grass and go touch it. Go walk out on it. Let's see how far you get. Ma'am, I was out yesterday on my bicycle. My butt still hurts. Man, what is it with bicycle seats? They just don't agree with the butt, do they? Like, my butt's sore because I rode for like 6 miles and then my butt hurts. You know, don't make jokes about it, audience. Anyway, I was out enjoying the sunshine and all of that. I did some riding around the town that I live in and having a blast. What about you? When's the last time you've ridden a bike for 6 miles?
At least an hour or two, and then let me take it and review the whole thing. All right, let's do it. Even if I have to put in a lot of work, put an effort into my life, into my goals, and leave the rest up to God, I think, so what, the same old haters from when I was in Canada, they don't want to watch me, fine, but I can build a new audience. The hater channels always get the same.
And that's her attitude. Oh, if people leave, I'll just build a new audience. She keeps telling herself that there'll always be other people to replace it's always going to be new people to replace those that have been around a while. I'll just keep rebuilding, rebuilding, rebuilding. Replace the old with the new. Well, here's the thing, Chantal. Those new people that you're looking for, even they catch on to what you are and what you do after a while. And those new people that have not been around for as long, they're not as devoted to you. They haven't had time to be die-hard beezers. You know what I mean? So the probability of them getting turned off and ticked off and disappointed and leaving is a lot higher. A lot higher. If you treat your audience like they're disposable, like they don't matter, then they're going to feel that and respond to that by not sticking around. If you put off the vibe of, I'm just here for the money, I'm not here to make quality content for people, I don't care what those people think, I'm just here to get my coin and go, people will pick that up and they will respond. And they'll go somewhere where they feel more warmed and welcome. And be part of a true community versus just being part of a hug box. Because there's a difference, between being part of a hug box where you really can't say anything, you have to agree with the content creator or get blocked, and then being part of a community where you can talk and interact and have a voice and be heard and have a laugh. That is being part of a community. That's what makes Girl World special. You don't want to build a community. You don't want to consider the community and the people in it and hold them in high value. You put no value on people, even the ones who help pay your bills. You make people feel like they're not worth anything. And that attitude does not inspire loyalty. So the whole I'll rebuild if you guys leave attitude is not working for you.
Amount of views. Sure, they're more than mine right now, some of them. They don't have channels that have the potential to really, they don't really have the personality and the content for that, right? So, and I'm not tooting my own horn. Why, whatever.
You know what it is, Chantal? You've been on YouTube for 8 years. 8 years. And a lot of people are invested in your story because this has been ongoing for 8 years. But as I said earlier, anymore, it's people just want to keep up with the story because they're still somewhat interested. But a lot of people are hanging around because there's a feeling like you're going to get your comeuppance. Like you can't do the things that you're doing and you have been doing and say the things that you say without there being some kind of fallback, some kind of comeuppance. And I'm getting the feeling it's going to happen soon. So this is not hateful, but a lot of people are waiting for that tower moment. You built yourself up in that tower to put yourself above others, thinking that you're better than everybody else when you're not. You've hurt a lot of people. You even hurt animals. You've done a lot of evil in your life, a lot of unforgivable things, and you don't feel a true sense of remorse and regret. You're not sorry for anything. The only time you're sorry is when you get caught, but you're never sorry for those that you hurt with the things that you do. So people are hanging around waiting for that tower moment to see if it'll actually happen, or if it does, when it'll happen, and if so, what it will consist of. My opinion, I think you basically put yourself in a place on all levels of your life, not just physically, but spiritually as well. Like you have offended the spiritual world, the physical world. There are repercussions for that. You've drained yourself down to nothing. You're not learning anything. You don't want to learn anything. You want to continue on with this unhealthy lifestyle. Your health problems are stacking up on top of each other. At some point, something's got to give. And something is going to give, whether you like it or not. Your health issues, you can't lie to them. You can't bargain with them. They are not beezers that you can lie to and work your way around. There are just some things you cannot deny. And yet you try to deny.
Watching the reactors for them and their personality, but you don't watch their videos that are not about me.
All right. People who don't like me can leave and new people will join. You don't get that. I don't give a fuck about you people. Yes.
Yeah, she said that. I don't give an F about you people. What more do you need to know, Beezers? This was her talking to her VIBs. I don't give an F about you people. She was being truthful. She doesn't care about her audience. She doesn't care about anybody but herself. As a matter of fact, I'll take it one further. She doesn't even care about herself. She's let her health go to ruin. So she doesn't care about her audience, doesn't care about her family, doesn't care about her friends, didn't care about her pets, doesn't care about herself. She cares for nothing. She's concerned for nothing. So anybody out there caring for Chantal, understand that it's a one-sided deal. You're going to throw your care at her, but she'll never care about you. As far as Chantal is concerned, if you're a Beezer, you're just a name on a screen. You're a stranger somewhere in the world. She will never want to meet you. She's never going to meet you. You'll never talk to her on the phone. You were just somebody coming in, watching the ads on her videos, maybe throwing a super chat or buying a membership. She cares about what you can give her, but she never cares about what she can give you in return. And she will do her best to not give anything back if she can help it. It'll always be one-sided. You giving to her, but her not giving back at all. Not even a 10-minute members-only video. It'd be so easy for her to give something back to her members and people on her channel. She won't bother. It's all about, let me just take, but never give back. So that's the end of my video. Hope you guys enjoyed the react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. And please check out the video description down below. I'm going to leave a link for Marley Hendrick's original video in the description. And Marley Hendrick does do awesome videos. Check out all her content. Give him some thumbs up, some comments, and sub up to him. Highly recommended. So I'm going to go now, and I hope you guys have a great day. I'm going to make myself some breakfast. Play with Booger. She's probably beneath the covers. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.